Iverson with the Iverson Real Estate Group and with RE/MAX Results, and I'm going to explain to you inspections. And there are a lot of different types of inspections that can take place through the home buying and selling process. So I'm going to talk about them from a couple different angles. So first off, as a seller, when you go to sell your home, if you live in certain municipalities, they may require an inspection of your home prior to us listing your property. And we can go through that, or you can even look on our website here and we'll have a list of communities that do require that. Usually the fee is going to be around maybe $100 to $150 for them to come out and to perform those inspections. The intent behind that is they want to just make sure that homes in their community, the values are staying up there and that there's no violations that are going to be hazardous with codes. And they also want to make sure that you haven't, during the time you've owned the house, done improvements and not pulled the proper permits through the processes. Mostly the communities that are going to be closer into the metro area are going to require that, such as St. Louis Park, New Hope, Golden Valley, communities like that. In the city of Minneapolis and in the city of St. Paul, they call it the TISH report. It's a Truth in Housing Inspection Report. And there are particular licensed people that have to do those inspections. And again, the concept is the same. They want to come out and make sure that the home is in good condition and that there's no major hazards to the property before selling it. If and when they would make a list of items that have to be repaired, then you have two options as sellers. Either you can go ahead and make all those repairs and then we need to get a certificate that it has passed and provide that at the time of closing, or we actually put into the negotiations at the time when we're negotiating with a buyer that the buyer is going to assume those responsibilities and take care of those repairs at the time of their ownership, and they're given and allotted a certain amount of days to get those items done. It's usually probably about 90 days that they're given. So that would be one of the items as a seller. Sometimes sellers will ask, should I have a home inspection done before you list the house? And you can. We can bring in a third party, go through the house and give an inspection, and you can provide that report for a buyer. I'd say for a lot of buyers, they might like to choose their own inspector. But I think too, as long as it's done by a third party, they might be fine with that. But most buyers will do a home inspection at the time when they do an inspection, or after the purchase agreement is accepted on the house. The other types of inspections that would happen, a buyer might perform a radon test. And again, as a seller, that's always an option that you can do prior to listing your house. Radon has become a concern in today's marketplace, and radon levels do vary from house to house. The EPA says that the radon level should be 4.0 or less. If it's 4.0 or greater, then they actually recommend that you put in a radon mitigation system. There's going to be some changes that are coming in 2018, that the people that actually do the testing of the radon have to be separate from the company that actually installs the radon, and both of them have to be licensed. Currently there's no licensing for the radon, but that's an up and coming change for 2018. The other thing that with home inspectors, there's no laws right now that govern the license of a home inspector. Anybody can be a home inspector. So it's important that you understand who's inspecting your home. You could have 3 different companies come out and they're all going to give you a different report because we all come from different aspects of life. And so we're going to bring what we know into that, evaluation of the home. Most home inspectors are going to do what's called a visual inspection, where they're visually going to look at the interior and exterior of the house and then give you their opinion of what they're seeing. Most of them will also give you a printout of that report for you to review along with photography. And the cost of that varies on the square footage, but on average you're probably about $275 to maybe $375 on average for a home inspection. Those really are the main home inspections that take place. Again, you have the city code compliance inspections that a seller is responsible for prior to putting their home on the market. You have home inspection visual, which most buyers will do themselves, but again, it is an option for sellers to do prior to listing. The radon testing is very, I would say probably 90% of people today do them as a buyer. Again, you as a seller can do it prior to putting your house on the market. And those are kind of the main ones that people tend to do.